So who else do we have now?
Brian and...
Brian in Pennsylvania. Brian, you on?
Hello.
How are you doing? Thank you for waiting. I think you've been waiting a long time, and we're very sorry.
This isn't Brian.
This isn't Brian?
No, this is Matt.
Matt?
Number 2?
Oh, I hit 2. Oh. I thought I hit 1.
That's all right, because the longer you keep me on hold, the more crap I want to say.
Yeah. You sound sick as a dog, dude. Man, you really weren't lying, were you?
I was only calling to thank Tracy for stepping in at the last minute.
You're welcome.
My trip to Washington State, while I had a great time and enjoyed myself there and enjoyed the talk, I caught something on the plane and I've been sick in bed. So, quickly, since there's a whole bunch, and I don't want to take up the show even though I'm not on, I'll just hit my quick notes. Awesome job on the problem of evil. Love the examples that both of you gave, and I'll steal them, as you well know.
That's okay. Just pay us later.
On the caller talking about this could all be a test of, for example, intelligence, and you mentioned that it might be skeptics going to heaven. Not necessarily just intelligence and reason. This could be a simple test of humanity and emotion to determine who is not ready to sacrifice their moral compass, their compassion, their humanity, and their integrity in order to worship something that is obviously immoral.
Right.
There's a bunch of stuff coming up with regard to accommodationists. There was this skeptic post the other day that about 80 people sent me, which I'm sure I'm going to rip into because this is the second time she's done it. Meanwhile, the NCSE is congratulating Templeton winners. So this accommodationist trend is to the point where I almost got out of bed Friday night and made a special episode of the Nonprofits, except I couldn't talk.
Just to yell about that. Yeah, I'm really upset about that, too, because the simple act of congratulating Ayala, or is it Alea or Ayala? Ayala. All right, I always get that confused. The simple act of congratulating him for winning that award seems to imply that it is a legitimate award. Yeah. That is worth congratulating someone for. Right? When, in point of fact, the Templeton Foundation has always been about pumping a whole lot of money into media efforts to make it appear as if there is some sort of movement within science to validate Christianity. And that's all it's been about. And, if there's any actual evidence there, that's fine. But for someone like Ayala, who comes out, immediately spouts this non-overlapping magisteria stuff of saying, oh, well, science and religion talk about 2 different areas of human endeavor. And hand him an award for that and say, there you go, great understanding of our spiritual heritage or whatever the crap it is. And then for the NCSA to say, congratulations on winning that award? Yeah. It baffles me. It baffles me. It's like...
I got 3 other quick things, and then I'm going back to bed.
It's like the National Organization of Women giving, Maxim Magazine some award for, congratulations on winning, Dick Penis Magazine of the Year or whatever. Because it's awesome, guys. It makes no sense. So
that award wasn't supposed to be announced yet. They just sent me the mailer the other day.
Oh, okay.
So we weren't going to announce that yet, but thanks. I'm gonna kind of take issue with Martin a little bit on the issue of believe. I believe evolution is true. I believe the Big Bang is the best explanation, as long as we're just talking about believe in the simplest context, which is accepting that a claim is true or most likely true. So I'm not as, I do understand your point, but I'm not as, phobic about the word believe. It's going to imply some kind of, irrational belief. There are plenty of rational beliefs.
Right, but remember, as you just mentioned with this whole accommodationist trend and what have you, I think that just for basic semantic purposes, I prefer to make the distinction simply because we now have too much of this going on. Well, your scientific beliefs are no better than my Jesus beliefs, and the whole Creation Museum is founded on that rubbish and this sort of false equivocation. So,
and see,
I may seem like I'm too anal about it, but that's just kind of where I am with it.
Yeah, the reason I go the other way on it is because as soon as I say, I believe that, then that gives them the opportunity to say that, your beliefs is just as irrational as mine, and then I can go on to demonstrate exactly why they're not. The last 2 little bits on Hunter with the Cambrian explosion. Everybody should just Google index of creationist claims. This one's number 300. The Cambrian explosion, or you're talking 5 to 10 million years is that time period.
Yeah, I've heard up to 80.
there was complex life prior to it. There are transitional fossils within the Cambrian explosion. Not all phyla appear within it. It's not what the creationists are cracking it up to be by a long shot. No. And the last thing, several people keep sending me emails. There's this moron on YouTube who
guy
evidently tried to call me out and then claims that we're chickening out and that I have some Santa complex. This guy, I've seen a couple of his videos. It's the lowest possible form of apologetics, and he's welcome to call into the show just like anybody else. But if you're spending a lot of time paying attention to idiots on YouTube, and especially the comments that are made to idiots on YouTube,
life's too short, man.
Don't waste my time with it.
Yeah.
But
that's why I never respond to those emails that we get from people saying, "Here, watch this YouTube video, and it'll make sense of everything." I just delete those.
Yeah.
When we get them, so. Anyway.
So great job, guys. I'm going back to bed, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Yeah. You know, get better, etc., etc. All right, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Now we can do Brian.
Yeah, I was actually just going to leave him hanging because I'm like, oh, it's Matt. You know, we have real, just other callers out there, so it's sort of like,
no,
all right.
Brian's been waiting.
Brian, who has been waiting forever and a day.
Hello.
We are so sorry. Thank you for being patient with us.
Yeah, patient. Yeah, my clothes are going out of style over here.
Oh, we're sorry.
Who's the guy with the cold? He sucked. Don't put him on anymore.
I don't know how he got through the screeners.
Yeah, I'm telling you. He's this crank who calls us every week. What can we do, you know?
Yeah. Greetings from Pennsylvania, by the way. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good. We're all right.
Good. I just had hopefully a quick question. I have a meeting coming up with my pastor. Now, I'm an atheist. Been an atheist for about 3 years. Out of the closet about a year, I guess you can say. And my pastor, who tends to our family's religious, spiritual things, had just found out last week that I'm a theist. That I'm an atheist. I was speaking to him on the phone. And he said he would like to speak with me about this.
Come to the principal's office, young man. We have a problem you must discuss.
Well, it was sort of like that, and I kind of replied that I said, well, I'd love to talk to you about this, and, so we can do this next week. What I'm worried about really is that, I don't know, it was brought up last week on Faking It. I think someone said, can I quote, professional theologians can obfuscate their fallacies, which I believe 100%. And I'm dealing with a 65-year-old man with like PhDs, and I respect him. He's smart, he's intelligent, he's educated, he's wise. I don't understand why he's a Catholic if he's all those things at the same time, but I do respect the man for his views on other things besides Catholicism. So I'm just kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think I'm going to run up against some kind of zinger. And I feel like I'm almost like preparing for battle. I've watched a lot of atheist experience videos, and the Iron Chariots. Are you part of that, Morton? Right?
Well, I don't actually contribute to it. I mean, it is a thing that we started
ACA
up on this. ACA
out,
puts it out, but I haven't actually done any editing or any contributions to it. I just enjoy reading it.
Yeah, wealth of knowledge there. I suggest everybody who's watching right now to check that out, because that's got a lot of answers to it.
They've done an excellent job on it. They really.
But it also made me realize that there's going to be a zinger here. This priest is going to drop a zinger on me, because when I went to Iron Chariots, I saw something about the argument for divine sense. Sensus divinitatis. Are you aware of this?
Well, give us a short version.
Everybody is born with a God detector in them, and this makes sure that you can detect and be aware of God. Therefore, you have a chance to know God, and you shouldn't turn God away. This is one of the...
A God detector.
Here's the thing, Brian, I have a little bit, just to break you in here for a second. When I was very young, I left a fundamentalist church, and one of the things I agreed to do before I left was have a series of meetings privately with the preacher. So I understand exactly what you're fearing. I can tell you that this man cannot prove to you, cannot demonstrate to you any evidence for the existence of a God.
No, I'm aware of that. I just want to make a good accounting of myself, because I feel like he's going to pull something out of a hat that's going to back me into a corner.
He's not.
He's going to spring a trap on me. I'm going to walk right into it.
Brian, he's not. I actually had the preacher tell me that he could not demonstrate that the Bible was inspired by God. Now, this is a fundamentalist preacher. could not demonstrate this to me. He showed me like 1 or 2 verses, and I said, well, what about Luke? And he said, well, do you want me to go through and show you where every book says it's inspired? And I said, well, isn't that what you're telling people? And he said, well, I can't do that, but I just have to believe that God had a hand in creating this book. And I thought, wow, so basically you're saying you don't really know that it is divinely inspired, you're just simply telling people that.